will produce meat in the rural areas. The people will only see the trucks, the current beef trucks, going to Johannesburg, because only the people in Johannesburg can afford, or in the urban areas, can afford meat. So you have not resolved product distribution relations of produce to where it is supposed to go. So that's a different category. That's a big category on its own that we can perhaps, if we have time, or next time, we can organize workshops to just deal with that particular question. On how, for instance, why we allow, or let me start with this one on the fourth industrial revolution. That's a very important point. In fact, that's why one of the statistics that I was talking to you about is because this comrade is writing about the very same issue. The impact of the technology and fourth industrial revolution. In fact, it's not even sure why we call it fourth industrial revolution. Let me just say, that, for the sake, so I don't bring my ideology into it, but I've got a view on this particular question. What industrial is it? This so-called fourth. But let's say this development now, what we call artificial intelligence and its impact in what we call fourth industrial revolution, where now science has developed to an extent that we can create robots or robotics. The field of robotics can create almost any other thing that a human being can do. Except that at the moment, we have not created a thinking robot. We have only created a programmed robot. We are trying to create a robot that can read ideas that have been processed by a human being, but not a robot that can live on its own. That's part of the difficulties. Of course, people can say, well, scientifically we've cloned animals and so forth, and they've lived and they live on their own, but all we've simply done was to do reproduction of the same product using its DNA features to produce the same organism. But in this case, that's the truth. One of the studies that one of our comrade Alex Mashiuk is doing his PhD studies. He shows, for instance, the impact of technology or fourth industrial revolution in the automotive sector, and shows that about 1995, a worker used to produce about 12 cars in a year, and that at that time the auto industry had about 300,000 workers who were actively involved in